I'm Olivia Vaz, and today I'm going to share with you my favorite trading strategy, the strike zone. It's a 15-minute income hack that identifies repeat profit levels. It currently has a 91% win rate, which is virtually unheard of. And today I'm going to show you the proof and how people just like you are learning to do it. So let's get into it. But first, the disclaimer. This is my trading strategy, my trading style. Any information that you hear today, use at your own risk. We're all adults here. Don't do anything crazy. If you forgot already, my name is Olivia Vaz. Everyone calls me Vaz for short. I am a day trading and volume expert. I started as a trading assistant on Wall Street at a private placement firm. Then I became a reporter at the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. I've interviewed some of the most famous economists, trading experts, traders, market makers in the world, including contacts at Citadel, JP Morgan, and Virtue Financial. I have 2 decades of trading experience, and that's why you should feel very comfortable and confident in the information that I'm going to show you today. I know it like the back of my hand, and I have been using it for decades. Listen, I know you've seen and heard all the buzz about making money online. It could be great, but there's some important things they don't tell you. Some of these make money online ideas, well, you need inventory. You need to build social media. You need to build a client base. It could be done, but it's not that easy. And it does take a lot of time. And those barriers can stop you in your tracks from making money. With what I'm going to show you today, we don't have to worry about any of that. There's no office, no boss, no clients, no inventory. All you have to focus on is you and an extremely clear daily plan. That's 100% rules-based and wins 91% of the time. Now, I told you this at the beginning of the show, but I want to make sure you hear this because at the end of the day, you're here to make money. So let me show you what you're going to discover today. Yes, I have a 91% win rate. That's on dozens of trades, which I'm going to show you today. And I'm not winning just 2 to 3% per trade either. I have a 61% average return. That's turning $100 into $161 9 out of 10 times. Let me say that again. With these results, you can turn $100 into $161 every 9 out of 10 times that you do it. The strike zone makes money. But the best part of my strategy is you have a predefined entry and a predefined exit, which means you are 100% in control. You don't chase the stock market. We wait for it to come to us. Now, I'm sure you guys have long-term investments, or if you don't live under a rock, you've seen the headlines and huge volatility that's been happening the past few months, including when the market took almost a 10% dip back in April. During that same time period, that same dip, strike zones made money. 102% on April 10th, 87% on April 7th, 6 wins, 6 trades, a 100% win rate. During the same time frame, that market lost 10%. And I bet if you have a long-term portfolio or an IRA, you didn't want to look at it in April, right? I know I didn't. Instead, I found a way to make money elsewhere with daily opportunities to trade the strike zone and cashed in $3,757 in that 2-week span while everyone was panicking. I did it by using my strike zones. I'd like to walk you through the 3 types of SPY environments: trending, ranging, and choppy. The first one is trending. Now, normally when we think of the stock market, a lot of us like the trend to be higher. Sure, a lot of you out there have long-term investments or stocks that you want to go up. But when you're looking at SPY and strike zone trading, trending is basically just a solid direction, and it is the most favorable, whether it's trending upwards or in this example, trending downwards. When you have a trend, well, there's a saying, the trend is your friend. It's kind of easier to detect and follow throughout the day. The next one is a little tricky. This is a ranging environment. A ranging day kind of starts off as a trend, but then it can change its mind and then change it back. In this example, you could see we started higher, And then the market, maybe there was some news that hit, it started to take another direction. But then it recovered and basically ended the day higher than where it opened, but there was a lot of unpredictable moves on that journey. And the last one is everyone's worst nightmare. It is the choppy environment. The choppy environment is intense because you could see we ended exactly where we started, but we had a whole lot of commotion during that period. So you could not pick if the market was going up or if it was going down. And then we ended up going nowhere, but everywhere in a chaotic environment. Here's the deal. No matter which SPY environment we're in, we can trade and win with the strike zone strategy. You could see the choppy zone, which was I think I identified it as a nightmare. Even though the market went everywhere and nowhere that day, we made 150% on a choppy day. On a ranging day, that could be a little tricky too. Traders can look at the market going higher and then it turns around and they get out of their position too soon or take a loss when instead it ends up higher. We made 132% on that day. And a trending day, which is everyone's favorite. Well, it turned out to be one of our favorites too. We made 140% on that day. So let's learn how to do this. Let's learn how we make money on the SPY strike zones. We're averaging 61% per trade, and that is also including winners and losers. This is total. We're not cherry picking here. And of course, well, this is why we're all here. So the zone, the strike zone, there's two sides to it. It's identifying when the market is going to go higher or when the market is going to go lower and how we are going to trade either of those moves with high probability. So like I said, we have a prediction that the market's going to go higher, or we have a prediction that the market is going to go lower. When we're predicting the market is going to go higher, this is a call zone. Why is it called a call zone? Well, when we're predicting the market is going to go higher, we are going to buy a call option. Call options support the effort for the market to go higher into our zone. Think of it like call up. Then we have the put zone. The put zone is when we're predicting the market to go lower. And so we are going to buy a put, which supports the effort of the market going lower into our zone. So think of it like call up, put down. That was a phone, by the way. Let's go over an example of what trading a strike zone looks like. I call them the game plans. So good morning, gamers. We currently have two zones. We have the put zone. Remember, we put the phone down, so we're expecting the market to go down. And that zone is 601.60 to 601.45. When SPY has a clean break into the zone, you're going to buy to open this put, because remember, a put supports the effort for the market to go lower into our put zone. Your target is to sell when SPY reaches the end of the zone. We also have a call zone. So we're predicting the market to go higher, call up. That call zone was 605.31 to 607. When SPY has a clean break into the zone, this is what you buy. You're going to buy the 606 call. Your target to sell is when it reaches the end of the zone. So I want you guys to visualize what this looks like. Even if you're not used to looking at charts, it's very simple. We identified our zones, our call zone to make money if the market goes higher, and our put zone to make money if the market goes lower. So on this day, SPY opens up around 603. Here we go. Then SPY started moving towards our call zone, and it has a clean break into our zone. That's that little block you see right there. That's the zone, 605.31 to 607. So we knew what the zone was. We enter the zone. We know what to buy. And what do? We're going to wait when it hits the end of the zone to sell. All right, so we're entering the zone. We're locked in, everyone. We bought the call for 56 cents. That's $56 for one SPY call. We're in. And what do? Well, we entered the zone. We buy the call. and then we sell when it reaches the end. So we're selling the calls when we hit the top of the zone at 607. That is $130 that contract is worth right now. So you were in for 56 cents, out at 130. That is a 151% gain. That is a 150% gain in the matter of 30 minutes through that zone. All right, let's get another example of a strike zone or the game plan. I like to call them the gamers. All right, gamers, the path to the least resistance is down today. That means when I sent this note out, I was expecting the market to go down. We have two zones today. It was a call zone and a put zone, but I put the put zone first because, well, I had a pretty good idea that we were going to go lower first. So as you guys know, we have the zone, a put zone. That means that we're expecting the market to go lower. Here are the parameters. When SPY has a clean break into 587.66, you're going to buy to open the SPY 586 put, right? Because a put supports that effort for the market to go lower. And your target to sell is when SPY reaches 586.97. We also had a call zone when SPY has a clean break into the call zone, which is should the market not go lower and instead goes higher, well, this is how you trade it. You enter the zone, buy the call, and you sell the call when the zone is over. Think of it like a relay race. Think of these levels, because I know sometimes, especially if you're new to the stock market, you can look at these numbers and it's like, oh my gosh, this looks overwhelming. These numbers, 5, 8, 6, 7, 7. Think of it as a cash relay race. Think of a zone as you have someone holding the baton at the zone, and you're running into that zone, and think of the baton as cash. So someone's running into the zone and they hand you that you're running into the zone and someone's handing you that cash baton. And now you're running to complete the next stop. So you're running, and as you're running towards that stop, that baton, that cash baton is getting even bigger and bigger. And by the time you reach that next stop area, your $1 turned into many dollars. So think of the levels like that. All right, so we have a call zone ready. We have our put zone ready. I think the market's going lower that day. We open and boom, we enter that zone. So what do? We enter the zone. We buy that put because that supports the market going lower. And boom, we sell it when it reaches the end of the zone. The relay race is completed. And what happened to that cash baton? Well, it grew 53%. We have a 24/7 chat room, and I want to show you guys what it's like to live with a 53% win that day. You could see in at 130, out at 163, sweet ride. Scott B made 4,000, so did Gunner. It's a great day. It's a great day to run the cash relay race and to trade a strike zone. Here's another recent example. On June 3rd, hey gamers, we have a put zone. When SPY has a clean break into 591.23, you're gonna buy to open the June 3rd 591 put. So we are expecting the market to go lower. Your target to sell is when SPY reaches, obviously a lower number because we're expecting it to go lower from there, 590.31. All right, so let's visualize this. Let's see it on the chart. Let's see it happen. We have our put zone ready to go. SPY opens, it's chilling, it does nothing yet. We have not entered the put zone. Then an hour after the put zone, I saw a call zone orbiting. So an hour later, I'm like, guys, I don't think we're gonna get into this put zone, but a call zone just popped up. So let's take the trade if it activates. Here's our call zone. Again, you have the zone, the call zone. So now we're expecting the market to go higher. It's developed from 593.69 to 594.52. When SPY has a clean break into the zone, you're going to buy to open Market's going higher. It's going to a call zone. We're buying a call, a 594 call. Your target to sell is when SPY reaches the end of the zone. So here we go. We did not activate the put zone yet that day. Still didn't activate the put zone, but we started inching up to our call zone and we activated. Not only did we activate that call zone, we got out with a wonderful profit. So we bought it when it entered the zone. We sold it when it got out of the zone, reached our target. That is 38% that day. Best part is you can automate this. We have members that automate it with their brokerage, so it can truly be 100% hands-free. I like to keep an eye on my charts. I'm watching charts all day, and it's exciting to see it enter and watch it go and complete the zone. But if you're more of a hands-off person, you can automate this. So your brokerage will buy it and sell it for you. Listen, over 90% of the SPY strike zones have traded to the other side of the zone. So let's say you get a scenario where it enters the zone, maybe pops out a little bit. 90% of the time, it's still going to complete the zone. That is just, it's insane probability. Now, I showed you a few examples, but I want you to know I do this every day. We look for a SPY strike zone every day. So let's go over our track record because I know that's what everyone's curious about. In January, we had 14 zones, 10 call zones, 4 put zones. We averaged a 99% return per trade. We had a 100% win rate in January. So as you can see, you're gonna see, it doesn't matter what the market is doing. We're trading it to the upside, we're trading it to the downside. Let's look in February. We averaged a 151% return per trade. 151% return per trade and another 100% win rate. You can see all the trades right there. In March, we had 12 zones hit, 8 call zones, 4 put zones, average 32% per trade and an 83% win rate. You can see a couple red in that track record. And even with the reds, even with those 2 losses, we have an 83% win rate, and we averaged 32% that month. Then in April, you can see all greens. We had a 100% win rate, and we averaged 63% per trade. And then in May, we had some losses. We averaged 6% and a 60% win rate. 60%, even with some losses. Let's address the elephant in the room. A 91% win rate seems impossible. I got a lot of sass for it. That's why I wanted to show you the full track record. I have no problem. The most important part about my 91% win rate, though, isn't just that the trades are awesome. It's that we only take the awesome ones, the ones with the highest probability. There are potential trades on SPY all over the place, tens of thousands, millions of potential trades. I narrow down to the 1 or 2, if we have a call or a put zone, with the highest probability. If I don't see great probability, I don't take it, nor do you. That's why you don't see it in the track record. We never took it. That is the number 1 key factor that got us to a 91% win rate. And look, 91% might not mean much to you. Maybe you're new to this and you're wondering, why isn't it closer to 100? The average trader hits around 50 to 60% win rate if they're lucky. And there are strategies that still net a profit even if they only win 40% of the time. So let me put this 91% in context for you. If you started with only $1,000 and put that into every single strike zone trade, including the losers, you could have made $34,360 so far this year. And I'm not cherry picking. That is every trade. Guys, this works. Let's recap some of the benefits. Now, sure, you're wondering how I really do this. I have members who have never traded before in their life, ever. And they're learning how to do this and doing it with me. I have members who have never traded before in their life. I mean, ever. And they are learning how to do this and doing it with me. Every trade. Check these out. These are responses and feedback from students who trade with me live, cashing in, some of them huge profits on daily SPY strike zones. Now, there's obviously a secret. How do we identify the right zones and know when to act? I want you to join me in my 5-day masterclass. I'm going to do this live with you and teach you how to trade SPY strike zones. Let's take a look at what each day is going to look like. Day 1 is all about building your freedom. We're going to turn that hobby into a bootstrapped income stream. I'm going to show you how to master my routine and how you'll never have to stress about money in the stock market ever again, even if you're brand new to this. Say you have no trading background, that is not a problem. This is for every level. Day 2, the not so hidden gem. All right, we talked about how we only trade SPY. That's just the tip of the iceberg though. A lot of people trade the SPY. What are we doing that's so different? Well, we're gonna zero in on reducing risks that a lot of traders fall into when they're trading SPY. We're gonna make it more reliable and more efficient, and most of all, we'll sidestep a costly trap. We're gonna uncover that #1 mistake a lot of traders fall into. We will not have to worry about that on day 2. And day 3, this is the most exciting day because we're gonna put everything we learned into the test. And you're gonna take your very first trade together with me. I'll walk you through every piece. The zone, how to enter the zone, when to enter the zone, when to exit. On day 3, I'll also have a nighttime session. This is essential because it's when I'll break down what happened that morning, why we did take the trade, maybe why we didn't, how I found my levels, what the results were, and how things are stacking up for the next day. And let's tie it all together on day 4. This is the review. We'll take a deep dive and break down the previous game plan, and we're gonna talk about execution. Sometimes the levels we set up, they don't hit, and that's okay. That's how we have that 91% win rate. We ignore FOMO, we define our own game plan, take it. And if it's not a game plan, we don't take it. We do not deviate. We reap the benefits. And day 5 is your acceleration stage. I've taught you how to fish. Now what? On day 5, I'll show you to take what you've learned and turn it into an ongoing income stream, not just one trade. Remember, we've locked in a track record for the entire year to date. This is happening every day. And we've made dozens of trades so far this year. You just take 15 minutes out of your day and you get the results. And for my most dedicated students, I have a bonus, a cash prize for you. You have to come to class every day to qualify, but that's it. And I'll literally give you one of those cash prizes. I know what people want. You are here for the money. I get it. Because me too. All right, an order form is going to pop up on your screen. I want you to click that. Do it right now. Go click it. The order form will help you sign up for our 5-day masterclass together. If you're out of town or on vacation, you can still join. We will send you the classes. You just won't be eligible for the cash prize. I encourage you to make time that week. Make sure you can be there for this. Each day during that week, I'll host 2 sessions. That means you have an option for when to attend. If morning works for you, attend the morning. If night works for you, attend the night, or attend both, it doesn't matter. The morning session is at 9 a.m. and the evening session is at 7 p.m. Whichever one you want to choose that helps you with your schedule, you go for it. Heck, you can attend both. Maybe that'll help you qualify for that cash bonus I'm giving away. These sessions are going to help you master the SPY strike zone. This 91% win rate strategy, it's going to be right in your back pocket. Right now, for the first 1,000 traders only, it's just $47. That's basically the price of a coffee nowadays. To discover exactly how to generate daily paydays for yourself. That's why I call it a no-brainer. When you click on that order form, you're also going to see a few bonuses that I didn't mention here, but you got to click on it to see them. One where you can get some private VIP access to me, and a few others. You'll see it on the form. Click now and check them out. Again, it's in the morning and the night, so this is very flexible for you. You don't have to worry about, does this fit my schedule? You can pick whichever session works for you. Now, reminder, there's only a few thousand seats at that $47 rate. So I don't want you a week later not taking this and then having FOMO, we hate FOMO, and wishing that you were able to secure that rate. I want you guys to join this class. I want you guys to get that rate. I want more of you to see this amazing strategy. It's convenient, it's simple, and it's obviously a cash cow. So click that order form and join me for this incredible 5-day masterclass where you're going to learn more than you could even imagine. Do it now and secure your $47 ticket. I am so excited to trade with you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the masterclass.